Hi guys, Tylord here with a pickups video. I'm really excited this week to share a package I received from my good buddy Roaming Dan from Montreal. He shipped me a very generous package from Canada. Shipping it across the border is not that cheap. I wish I could have showed you his packing job. He was really efficient, packing a lot of good stuff into the box he sent me. I have some other pickups too, and I have a couple nice little packages from the Badcompany gaming too I want to share. First I want to get to this really nice package that Roaming Dan sent me. I always mention I need a few covers for certain games I have. I have disc-only games, some good ones that I like, but I don't have the cover for them. I was just about ready to go over to Kinko's or whatever it is now, or make copies. I don't have a copy machine or a printer at home. I was just about ready to go make black and white copies at work of the covers, just to have them so they look a little bit nicer in the library. I always mention I need someone to print them out for me, and I would pay someone to print print covers out for me for games. Roaming Dan's always listening to everyone, no matter what you say, how stupid it is, that Roaming Dan's always listening, and he always has some good feedback. I mentioned I needed some of those, and Dan has a really good printer, and he got some really good paper to print it on, and he offered to send me some covers for my game, some cover art slips so I could put in my games. Like I said, I don't need the exact the factory cover. I just want something that looks nice on my shelves. I don't care for those GameStop spines sticking out in the library. And not that it's any big deal, but yeah. So Roaming Dan went above and beyond with this. He found the cover arts on the internet and printed them out on this nice glossy paper. These look nicer than the actual covers to me, but I had several games I really wanted the covers for, so they would display nicer in the library up there. But let me show you what he sent me. He printed these out and cut them and sent them to me. Let me just start off with so I got the Twilight Princess for GameCube last year. I got a loose disc off of GameStop. They had like buy two get one free. So this was one of the games in my library that I misplaced back in the day, and I wanted a new one because I don't really want to play it with the wand, with the little magic wand for Wii. This is my preferred way of playing it on GameCube with a controller. So I have this again, the Twilight Princess. I didn't have a cover for it. Roaming Dan printed out this really nice cover for me. It's under the plastic now, so I don't know if you can get the full effect of it. Check that out. That looks really nice. So Twilight Princess, finally have a cover for that. Printed out this really nice Shadows of the Damned cover. I don't think that's the original factory print, but that looks really nice. This is a game I've been wanting to play too. I played a few hours of it last year, but I need to get back to it. Shinji Mikami, that directed Resident Evil 4 and Evil Within and Vanquish, did this game. From what I played so far, it's really good. Anything else I can say about that? Nah. Yeah, really nice. Look, and these covers are just beautiful that Roaming Dan made. Here's a game I had, and I didn't have the cover for it. I don't think it's too pricey, but Deadly Premonition. He sent a nice cover there. It looks really cool, and it looks like Destructoid gave this game a 10 out of 10. I agree with that. I just had like a religious experience with this game. I love this game. I just played it on the Nintendo Switch. Freaking loved it. It's probably my favorite game of all time now. I know it's hard to say. Resident Evil 4 is my favorite game, but this thing plays just like Resident Evil 4. It's like Resident Evil 4 combined with Silent Hill, Grand Theft Auto, Shenmue, all rolled up. A lot of stuff I like rolled up into one game. It's kind of, and this turned me on to watch Twin Peaks, and man, that's got to be my favorite show now, Twin Peaks. This sort of similar premise. I was watching a video from Vampire Mike talking about video games that are inspired by David Lynch's Twin Peaks, and this is one of them. So I watched his take on this, and it kind of got me interested in watching Twin Peaks, and man, I really missed out on Twin Peaks all these years. That's probably the best show I've ever seen. Anyway, this isn't really like Twin Peaks at all, just kind of similar plot. But yeah, this is being a guy that loves Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Shenmue. This is like all of those rolled up into one. It has some issues, but man, you can tell a lot of love was put into this game. Whoever made it, like really, really creative. Pretty scary at times. A lot of weird characters. Kind of similar to Twin Peaks. It's set in like almost the exact same location as Twin Peaks, like up in Washington, close to Idaho and Canada. Anyway, look at this cover. Oh, did I show the back of that one? These look just so professional. These look better than what you would get at the store. My camera might not do it justice, but check out Splatterhouse. This is a game I got, but I was sort of disappointed I didn't have the cover art. Roaming Dan printed me out a nice cover for that. Really nice. Tatsunoko versus Capcom. I can't believe I've never played this because I love the fighting games. I found it at GameStop for like $10 or something without the case. But Roaming Dan sent me this beautiful case, so I'm looking forward to playing this. It's got Chun-Li and Ryu in there. Yeah, looking forward to playing that one. I'm surprised I've never played that game. Eternal Sonata, role-playing game. Kind of trying to get all these role-playing games for the 360. This one I got at a deal at GameStop. I think it was 4 for $20 or whatever. Didn't have a case. Roaming Dan printed out a nice one for me. Beautiful. Alright. I have Fatal Fury Battle Archives. Excuse me. I have Fatal Fury Battle Archives Volumes 1 and 2. I have most of those SNK compilations for the PlayStation 2. But the Battle Archives Volume 1, I didn't have the case for. Roaming Dan printed up a nice case for that. You would never know it's not the real thing. So gorgeous. I love this game. I love all of these games. Fatal Fury, Fatal Fury 2, Fatal Fury Special, Fatal Fury 3 I haven't played much, but that's remarkable. Fatal Fury Special here is probably my favorite fighting game after Street Fighter 2. I really love Fatal Fury 2. It's a game my buddy and I played a lot at Pizza Hut when we were kids. Then I got it on Super Nintendo and played it a lot. Never had it on Neo Geo, but played a lot on the compilation. Just kind of a fun Street Fighter ripoff, but really well made. And it has its own charms. I really like the music and the stages and all the characters in Fatal Fury 2. I just like the Fatal Fury series in general, but beautiful case, so now I don't have to go look for one of those. I was just gonna buy another copy of it because it's not an expensive game, but now that I have this nice cover, I don't need to get one. And then Virtua Fighter 5 online. I didn't have a cover for that. He printed out in a nice one. Again, you wouldn't even know this isn't the real thing. Beautiful. If I ever end up selling these are all for me. I don't plan on selling any of these, but no one would ever know these aren't the... I guess if you really scrutinized it, you would know, but just looking at it, you would never know these are not the original artwork. Beautiful. Cool, cool. And then not only that, he sent more stuff on top of that. He didn't have to do any of this. I was happy with all of the stuff he sent me already. He sent me dozens of Xbox 360 games here. He knows I'm big into Xbox and Xbox 360. It's cool to have all of these Xbox games. I think the next gen I might end up going Microsoft Xbox or that Series X or whatever. Just depends. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I've always been Xbox up until this generation. I went with PS4 this generation. My wife and I did, mainly because of Street Fighter 5 and Shenmue 3 were exclusive to PlayStation 4. But other than that, I usually prefer Microsoft Xbox. I always have. So if that new Series X thing plays all of my Xbox 360 and original Xbox games, I think I'm gonna go with that thing. Anyway, but Roaming Dan was really efficient with his packing. He sent me, look at all these Xbox 360 games he sent me, and he put the covers inside of this sleeve. Really efficient packing, and I have a bunch of cases I can put them in. I'll just show you the games he sent me by the manuals. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, World at War. I didn't have any of these. Dead Island. I might have another copy of that. And then some inserts. Not sure which ones these came. Destiny inserts. Oblivion. I can never have too many Oblivions. My wife and I went through a lot of Oblivions. We wore that game out. We did Oblivion more than each other back in the day. And that's a lot. Grand Theft Auto 5, there's an insert there. I didn't have this on 360. I'm jazzed to have that. And it even has the map. Left 4 Dead 2. Black Ops. A Black Ops 2 insert. A Battlefield 3 insert. Some kind of insert. Borderlands 2. Looks like an Assassin's Creed insert, Medal of Honor insert, Assassin's Creed's Revelation. I think I have that, but I don't have the manual for it. Left 4 Dead 2, Need for Speed Shift, didn't have that. NHL 11, I'm not sure if I had that one. Prince of Persia, I didn't have that one. Check this out, 2 of those. If anyone needs one, let me know. Resident Evil 5. Of course I have this game, I love this game, but I always like to have an extra copy of it in case something happens, because that's my favorite game on the 360. Actually, if anyone needs it, let me know. There's more inserts, Revelations. I don't think I had the manual for that. And then various inserts. So he sent me quite a few Xbox games. Really efficiently packed though from Canada. You got a lot of stuff in that small case. That would have taken up a lot of space if you put like 20 games in the original case. And then he wasn't finished there. He sent me more games on top of that. Diablo 3, that's a beautiful looking game. This is supposed to be like the best dungeon crawler ever, and I didn't have it. He just flat out sent me that for PS3. Really cool to have that in my PlayStation 3 library. And then Dan knows I'm huge into James Bond. He sent me some of the James Bond games for the portable systems I didn't have. Check this out. For the Game Boy Advance, Everything or Nothing 007. The console version of this is like one of my top 5 video games of all time. I love this game. I never played the Game Boy Advance version, so he sent me a complete copy of that. Being the Bond fan I am and being the good friend he is. And then Bloodstone. I love this game. And this version is pretty cool too. It's actually third-person shooter, all fully 3D. And this is the original DS. It's not 3DS. Kind of a nice-looking game for back then. And then another one, Quantum of Solace. Yet another version of that game. I like every version of this game I have. Speaking of that, he sent me the collector's edition of Quantum of Solace for the Xbox 360. I had this game, but I didn't have this nice steelbook collector's edition with a sleeve. Really awesome. I really like this game too. So I can add that to my 007 collection. Okay, so I think that's about it for the stuff. Dan finally sent me too much stuff. I gotta get him back. I've sent him a couple things, but nothing like this. And then another package from another one of my good buddies from the text group, Fred, Bad Company Gaming, or Bad Company Food, or whatever he's called now. Another buddy of mine, he knows I like Sega CD games, but I can't really afford to start that collection again. I've always been into Sega CD ever since I was like in high school. I got one of those, or JVC XI, and I played a lot of games on that. And Fred sent me some repros of Sega CD games before. They work really good. Last year he sent me Snatcher, and I beat that. I love Snatcher. Really nice repro. He had the same guy sent me another game. One of my favorites. Here it is again, Fatal Fury Special CD. This is one I always wanted back in the day. It costs a fortune now if you actually buy the game. This guy does really nice work though. Got the manual and everything printed up. The guy sent me the wrong game, Shining Force. A lot of people would probably prefer that game. But Fred talked to him and corrected the mistake, so look what I got. I got a copy of Shining Force CD with a Fatal Fury in there, so now I can switch those out. So now I can play Shining Force. I'm not really into these strategy RPGs. I don't know if I have the mental capacity for them. I should try them. I hear this is really, really good. And from what I've seen of it, it is good. I bet the music on here is amazing. Anytime at Sega CD games, I love the music on them. Same thing with this. I've never actually played this on Sega CD. I've always wanted to. I guess it's easy enough to burn these things, but I just like having a nice, pretty copy of it for the library. Really nice of Fred to send me that. Yeah. Cool. So I got two nice Sega CD repros to add to my library. Okay, now on to the regular pickups. Not too many this week. I found some UMD and PlayStation Portable games. Madden 06, 50 cents. I don't even know if that's worth it, but kind of like the novelty of any game on UMD. The Island. I really like this Michael Bay movie. It has Obi-Wan in there and Scarlett Johansson. This is a really cool action sci-fi movie. A lot of people hate on Michael Bay, but I tend to like pretty much anything he does. Alright. I think this is another Michael Bay production. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Not as good as the original, but really disturbing and scaring. That one was $2, but I thought I'd spin that. Very cool. And then Superbike 2000. I got that for 95 cents. Kind of cracked, but I can replace that disc. These old racing games look really nice. Alright. Okay, not really into soccer, but Winning 11, 8, and 9 were 95 cents a piece for the Xbox, and I collect for that. They're sealed. So I guess I couldn't beat that. Someone spent $30 on that at Tower Records. Or $40. Same with that one. Very cool. And then MVP 2004, that was 50 cents. Ooh, cool. And then a GameCube NFL Street. EA Big, I like these games. The 95 cents for GameCube, that's not bad. Then I got some Outlaw Golf. I think I have the volleyball games. Outlaw Golf, $2. I may have overspent on that, but I didn't have it in my Xbox collection. Narc for $2. Big Hit 1995 friend prices. That must have been like a budget title back then. Oh, Big Hit 1995. Was this game only 20 bucks back then? That was a good deal for back then. Friend prices. I don't know what that means. Big Hit 1995 friend prices. I don't know, maybe that was a $20 game back then. And then, oh, this one is sealed too. 95 cents. Warrior Within, Prince of Persia. Very cool. Madden 07 GameCube, 50 cents. And then been watching all of Twin Peaks. So I wanted to. I was thinking I wanted to watch Blue Velvet again, but I realized I didn't have it. So I ended up getting that over there for $6 just because I wanted to watch it. I thought I already had it, but yeah, I've always watched these David Lynch movies and enjoyed them, but I never watched Twin Peaks. Man, Twin Peaks is really, really good. Okay, yeah, this is a really sort of unsettling, weird movie. David Lynch with Dennis Hopper, Isabella Rossellini, and Kyle MacLachlan. Cool. And that's about it.